Grandma, tell us a story, please. Okay, listen up now. What is the story about Grandma? This is the legend of the Kasodo ceremony. Once upon a time, on Mount Bromo, East Java, there were a couple living there. The new couple wanted to have a child. They had married for a long time, but they hadn't got a baby. Every time they prayed to the gods asking for a child. One day, there was a loud voice in the sky when they were praying. You are going to born a baby, and later you will give birth to many children. But I have a requirement for you to obey. If you really want to have children, said the voice. Oh, whatever you ask, my lord, the couple answered. We will do it. You must sacrifice your first son for the gods. The couple agreed to sacrifice their first son in the time that was asked by the voice. Then the wife got pregnant and gave birth to a son. The baby grew up into a handsome, tough man. He was named Kasuma. The couple loved Kasuma very much. The wife gave birth to 11 more children after Kasuma, and they forget their promise to sacrifice their first son to the god. One day, the volcano erupted. Before that, there was a series of earthquakes, followed by thunders in the sky. The sky was very dark, as if it was going to fall down. On the next occasion, there was a voice in the sky, reminding the couple about their promise. The couple was very afraid, but they just couldn't sacrifice their beloved son, Kasuma. However, because the earthquakes and the thunders were becoming more and more horrifying, Kasuma couldn't let his family and all the people in the village die. Kasuma knew the situation. Then he said to his parents, I would sacrifice myself in order that our family and all the people in our village will live in peace. For the next times, you all have to sacrifice animals and crops to the gods. Then he jumped onto the crater of the volcano. Amazingly, the earthquakes and the eruptions stopped at once. What do you think of the story? What does the first paragraph tell us about? What is the purpose of the story? What problem was faced by Kasuma's parents? What can we learn from the story? How is Kasuma's personal characteristic? Grandma, what is the structure of narrative text? There's orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation. Orientation is where and when the story happened, and introduced the participants of the story. Who and what is involved in the story? Complication tells the beginning of the problems which leads to the crisis of the main participants. Resolution is when the problem is resolved, either in a happy ending or in a sad ending. Reorientation. This is a closing remark to the story and it is optional. It consists of a moral lesson, advice, or teaching from the writer. Now, can you mention the narrative structure of the story that I have told you?